Hello everyone, I'm John with Fourandhalf Internet Marketing for Property Managers, and I would like to do a blog on phishing. It's a follow-up to my spam blog that I did a few months ago, but phishing and spam, they're kind of close, so I wanted to talk about it. Well, spam it's unwanted communication, email generally, but it's legal technically. Spam laws in America are actually pretty weak. Phishing is a fraudulent communication designed to get confidential information out of you. Now, communication, it's not just email. It could be a form fill out on your website. It could be a phone call. There are a number of different ways that these things can happen. But it's generally called phishing. Not, unfortunately, the good kind of phishing that I like, but phishing, phishing. This is done as a criminal thing for profit. Either they steal your credit card and they just take money, or the information they collect from you is later sold to other people, all used to fund criminal enterprises. So what can you do about it? Well, unfortunately, not much. There's bad people all over the world, and the beauty of the internet is all those bad people all over the world are now basically in your backyard. So what you can do is follow my golden rule. Be suspicious. Suspicion is great. So just recently, last week, I received an email, and it's one of the reasons I'm talking to you about this today, and I got it. It was from QuickBooks. And I get that, and it's the usual, Intuit, QuickBooks says that your last payment didn't go through on your credit card. And I get that kind of thing, every once in a while. We all do. But this one stood out because for me, or for Fourandhalf that is, we don't pay directly for QuickBooks. It's provided to us by our accountant and included in their fees. So why am I getting this email? Now, it's possible, because I can log into the account, I'm an administrator on it, that my accountant forgot to pay the bill. That's not very likely, though. So let me take a quick look at it. So the first thing I do is I look at, who did they send this to? Did they send it to me? And it came into hello@fourandhalf.com. Well, now that's kind of suspicious. Hello is our marketing email address, so that's for incoming leads and stuff. I wouldn't use that to put secure financial information on that. That email address goes to half a dozen people here at the office, so that's suspicious. Who's it from? Oh, well, wait a minute. This isn't from Intuit. It's from billingintuit.com. Not billing.intuit, but billingintuit.com. It's pretty suspicious as well. And generally speaking, that's good enough for me, right? I would normally have been done. It's not coming to the right person. It's not from something. It's almost certainly shady. But it made me think, now I should do a follow-up blog. So I looked at it some more. So what are some of the other things that stood out to me? Well, one of the reasons it stood out is just it didn't look right. Something about it didn't look right. And when I looked at it more closely, there's some odd formatting things that were about it. Now, everything was spelled correctly, which is somewhat rare in these, but it was not taking up the right amount of space in the window. Some of the lines were bold, some were not. It didn't seem to make sense which were bold and which were not. And when I looked even more closely, different sections were in completely different fonts, like it was copied and pasted out of a number of different emails, and they never even bothered to make it all hang together. And lastly, there was a Fix It Now button right there in the middle of the screen, but it didn't work as a button, and it looked really crappy. It looked really odd. It looked like something that Intuit wouldn't have done. So these are some things that all added up. One of the interesting things about this email, however, is that it wasn't asking me to click a link and go online to put information in. Quite usually, they send you to a fraudulent duplicate QuickBooksy kind of website to put that information in. This one, they wanted me to call. That doesn't mean it wasn't a bad thing. They could have people at the other end of the line collecting your information by voice. So just because it doesn't have you go to a link doesn't mean that it's not also phishing. Another example that I recently encountered was one that was described on Facebook. The person had a form fill out on their website, the Contact Us form. And the person put in there that said, hey, I'm an illustrator and a photographer, and I noticed that a number of the images on your website are mine. They're my images, and I have copyright on them. Please contact me, and here are the images that I want to, that are duplicated. So the person was asking, is this a real thing? Well, it said a screenshot of it, and for me, again, we're going to be suspicious. Number one, it came in via the contact form on the website. Really? Generally speaking, wouldn't you send that like as an email? And wouldn't it, in a lot of cases, come from a lawyer? Because a lawyer is going to find your real email at least, usually going to send you a letter, probably a registered letter, probably a cease and desist. So that's how that would come in. And also, I happen to know personally that if it's a violation of the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, generally speaking, the person could get in touch with the person that hosts your website. That's who they would go and tell them to take it down, because it falls upon not the person who made it, but the person that hosts it. In this person's case, maybe GoDaddy or something like that. And GoDaddy would send the thing that says, hey, we have been told that you have something you have to take it down, or we're shutting down your website. It didn't come from GoDaddy, it was just some random person. So that's one thing that's suspicious. The second thing that was suspicious, misspellings. Yeah, you know, bad English, misspellings, it's a classic. That was in there. And then the third thing was that, remember it said, hey, here's a list of the images that you've duplicated. It didn't put them in the website. It said, click here to download a document with your images. That was going to be a virus, no doubt about it. And the delivery of a virus is also a kind of spam, and equally, if not even more, illegal. So, what can you do about this? Well, there's little you could do to stop it. That's not going to happen. You're never going to stop it. There's bad people in the world, and the internet, thankfully, makes them as close as in your backyard. But what you can do is you can be suspicious, and if you're not sure, then ask. Ask around. Even ask somebody else at your office. Just ask somebody else to take a look at it, see if they think it's shady. You can follow up on it. If you do, don't click on any of the links in there, though. Don't call any of the phone numbers. Don't even reply to the email, because that is going to signal to the person at the other end that the email address that they used some computer to find is actual, real, and you actually answer those emails. That makes that a valuable thing. They will then sell that to somebody. And if you're one of Fourandhalf's customers, feel free to send it over to us. We look at these things. I'm not saying we do it every day, but we do it quite often. And on behalf of customers, and we're happy to take a look at it for you. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, give us a call. Hope you have a good week.